Hello, this is Tom Ayrton from the museum, and this is the story of American pilot Leon Bru and his adventures in World War II. When he was a pilot, now he contacted us when he was 98. Here is a picture of him with my wife Lilka and with me. He heard of us somewhere and contacted us and told us the most incredible story. He was a pilot and he was shot down over Denmark. Then he was caught and was taken to a prisoner of war camp. Here it is, a stalag. It's called a stalag, where they took actually good care of them. It wasn't like a concentration camp. He was treated rather well, and every day all the prisoners would receive a copy of a newspaper called Der Stürmer. And there is a copies of the newspaper. Now, you can see the paper there on the right, we found the copy. Now, the Stürmer was such a low-level newspaper that if you were an educated Nazi, you wouldn't be caught dead with it because people would think that you were, a lunatic or something. But in the back of the Stürmer were cartoons. If you go to the top page on the right, and these cartoons were often anti-Semitic, anti-American, anti-British, anti-Soviet, you can tell right away. In fact, every issue of Der Stürmer had a sign, Die Juden sind unser Unglück. Jews are our bad luck. And he started cutting out these cartoons. And when, after the war, he came back here, he lived here in the East Bay, he pasted them in a book, and now he was 98, and he was afraid that when he passes away, his children will just take the book and toss it in the garbage. And he didn't want that to happen. So we visited him, we took a look at his cartoons, and we said, oh my Lord, this is a whole exhibition's worth. So we took his cartoons, we picked the ones that we felt were important, and we posted them and translated them in English. And we also felt we had to explain what they tried to say. Unfortunately, he died 2 weeks before we opened the exhibition, but he already knew that we were doing it, and his family came, and they come here every year. There's an interesting story about Leon Bru. When his plane was plummeting to the ground, and there is his plane, he jumped out of the plane, pulled the ripcord, but his parachute did not open. Now, he knew he was in trouble. He looked down and he said to himself, I guess I'm gonna die right there, as he was falling down, free fall, but I don't wanna die with the helmet on. So he took off his helmet, and the parachute was stuck under his helmet. When he took it off, the parachute came, opened up the big parachute, and he landed and he lived. And that's the story he told us. He was a wonderful man, and I'm so glad we were able to do the exhibition of his cartoons so they were not wasted and thrown in the garbage.